Welcome back, everyone, to Lanterns of the Pine, where I have arrived in the Borderlands, and it's time for me to head out and test to see what I can do with this new event. First thing I need to do is to do some wilderness encounters. Most likely, I am going to be fine with all this, but I need to test out the new firing rate with the repeating crossbow because they've made some changes to that weapon in this update, in addition to adding the so they're a little bit slower than before, but it looks like they do still pack a punch, which is good. They had to do some slowing down of it because there were some performance issues with repeating crossbows. Oops, there's a Miststalker nearby. My first Miststalker on the live worlds. She wasn't impressive. That's all I gotta say about that. Oh, well, let's check out the durability then of my lamp. Here we go. Lantern of the Seekers. Right, I need to get 1,000 durability in there in order to fill it up. My current durability is 4. Now, I don't know what goes into deciding how much durability you add into it. But let's say that on average, that it's 3. Now, I suspect it's going to be based on level, thus, when you get to higher level, maybe it's going to be more, or it could be your level relative to the level of the Mistwalker. Now, I'm level 1, the Mistwalker is probably level 1, so let's say it's 3. Oh, there you are. So let's say it's 3 for each of the Mistwalkers. That means I will need to kill 333 of them because I start out with 1 durability at the start. That's 333. I'm hoping I'll be able to get more than that. We'll see how I get inside the dungeon, because of course that was in the wilderness. There may be more. Maybe there's a higher amount when you're inside the dungeon or something. So let's say 333. That means I'm gonna have to kill quite a number of these things. That means run about maybe 400 dungeons or something like that.
Small, squalid cave entrances dot the ravine walls. These must be the Caves of Chaos, where the cultists and their monster allies have made their base.
So now I really need to find a quest location, and let's go inside one of those and try a couple of quests to see if I consistently get Miststalkers, and if I do, what do I get for them? How about we start out with a little treasure hunt?
The door behind you seals shut as you enter. There's now only one way to go. Forward. That's fine with you, as this cave is said to contain much treasure.
Well, that depends on whether or not we can get out afterwards, after we collected all the treasure.
A burly minotaur stands behind a magical barrier, guarding a pile of treasure. Always more. Always more. The minotaur snorts. Greed draws you adventurers like moths to the flame. Have fun starving in my cave with the treasure just out of reach.
Wonderful. So he locks himself in there, or does he have a lookout that says, oh, there's an adventurer coming, and it's time for me to go inside and make things hard on the adventurers? There we go. It did sound strange with the slower rate of fire. There you go. No, those don't break. Okay, spot danger. Let's search. Is there a control panel for this trap? It looks like past the initial flame. So first of all, let's pick these up. Alright, you stay here. Ah, control panel. Alright, they controlled them all. Alright, good.
This crest matches one of the sockets on the Minotaur's barrier. There must be more somewhere in the cave.
Alright, fine. 2 more of these. Ah, okay. They have obituaries. Death has claimed another. Sort of the same obituary they had on the hardcore servers. As for anyone who has died that's doing the... who are looking for the skull versions of the lanterns. Amy, good
the
luck!
webs that cover the walls of this part of the cave quiver for an instant. Then, a massive spider lunges out of the shadows.
Yeah. That was dead before the GM could even finish talking about it. Alright, there we go. And let's see. Favorable for Cloak of Dodge? Okay, I guess I could... Masterful Craftsmanship, negative resistance plus 4. Plus 4 enhancement bonus to resist negative. Okay, fine. I'll take that. Oh, can I turn off the display of the cloak? There we go. Yeah, there we go. Now we can continue along our way. Now the question is, in a short dungeon, what are the odds that we're going to run into one of these Mistwalkers? So I haven't seen what probably pop up when we are going against the Minotaur. I mean, that's the way things are going to go, right? Former adventurer, former hero. Okay, there we go. So it looks like it's tied to the hero being defeated, since the last of the skeletons, I assumed it was when all the skeletons were defeated, but that last skeleton was still around when the thing dropped. So it must be tied just to the hero then. I don't think I've ever noticed that before. Alright, now let's see what we've got here. We have got probably a fairly simple tile puzzle if I remember correctly. I mean, I would think it would be. It's only a level 1 dungeon after all. There we go.
This should be enough crests to fill all of the sockets on the Minotaur's barrier.
There we go. More of these. Up and around. Must say that if I really do have to complete 333 dungeons in order to get this lamp done, I am going to have to do quite a number of them offline. So I don't think I'm going to have 333 episodes of this series. There we go.
With all 3 crests neatly fitted into their sockets, the magical barrier fades. The infuriated Minotaur gives a roar of rage and attacks. The Minotaur's bellow is cut short as it collapses. Now the treasure the creature had been guarding is yours for the taking.
Well, I don't think I've been weakened all that much by the change in the ranged combat rules. There we go. So I don't need a scythe. Let's see. Granite Gripper, strength +1, mythic hands boost to melee, range, and universal spell power. Okay, and the blue augments. Well, that's a really, really nice thing. It'd be nice if it were dexterity plus instead, but I could hold on to that until I find something more appropriate for me. Okay, I could put that into there, that into there. Good. That's it, right? Well, no Mistwalker here. Does that mean I'll have to do another dungeon and find out if I can find one there? Maybe I didn't get one in that dungeon because it was too recent where I ran to the Miststalker that was on the landscape.
As you walk deeper into the cave, you hear deep, guttural voices in the distance.
Alright, then we will check those out. Signal crystals.
You notice a small iron key in the corner of the room.
Alright, we'll grab the key. It'll be somewhere around here. Corner? I'm not too sure corner is a word that you would use for this room. I mean, usually associate that word with a rectangular room. And that wasn't very rectangular.
The stout iron lock on this door looks as though it would be impossible to pick. The iron lock creaks as it opens. You hear hurried footsteps approaching.
Well, another dead footsteps. Alright, this is another locked door.
The image of a small silver key is embossed on this surprisingly well-crafted lock.
A silver key.
The smell of meat cooking wafts tantalizingly down the corridor.
Okay, there you go.
You notice the glint of silver in the far corner of this chamber.
One silver key. Alright, good.
As the first lever is pulled, the crystal above it flares into life.
Good. So I haven't seen any sign of a Miststalker. Well, if they're very, very reluctant to come out, I think it's going to be a lot more than 400 dungeons. Alright, let's go and run this one.
As the silver lock clicks open, you hear the muffled voices of bugbears ahead.
What a thought. Yeah, let's go this way. Another possibility is that they are more consistent as you go up in level. And currently I'm level 1.
As the second lever is pulled, you can hear the rumble of the sealed door sliding open. As the door opens, you see several humans in chains crouching against the walls.
Alright, let's sleep. Let's... Oh. I think I found one. She looked a lot like the last one. Oh well. I guess she said, I'll have my revenge! She'll grow tired of me inconveniencing her so often. Alright, now let's see what we've got here. Maybe someday I'll be able to tell them Bearsmas apart. Alright, this way. Oh, that's right. How much did I get out of that? Was that another 3? It could also depend on which exact... Yeah, it's another 3. Which exact Miststalker you get. So maybe at higher levels you get a different Miststalker who is worth more points. Yeah, that's always a possibility. Nope. Anything here? Nope. Just a couple of bears and no chest or anything like that. Ah, disappointing. So this way? This way? Oh.
Huddled humans dressed in rags flinch away from the door as you open it.
I suspect there are a lot of people, in order to get through this faster, are doing this, yeah, you're free to go. It's a miracle those green goons attacked the caravan and dragged us from here. Yeah. Yeah, I suspect that that there are some people who are really pushing it by playing on Reaper, hard stuff like that in order to do it faster. So with that, let's see, did I pull both levers? Open the sealed door. Yes, it says open the sealed door. Yes, so I presume that is the case because it says that open the sealed door. I presume that this is the sealed door in question. Yes, it is. So I would presume that there are some people who are pushing it by playing hard, elite, Reaper, things like that. And if you're doing that with Skull, then, well, you're a lot better player than I am.
As you open the
Well,
door,
at least if you survive
a
it.
massive bugbear growls and attacks. As the chieftain dies, you notice a small ornate key on the table in the far corner of the room.
There's no way I'm going to do 100 Reaper level dungeons. I'm hard pressed to go through one of them. There you go. Okay, we go through the next one here.
The door to the treasury opens with a satisfying click.
Ooh. Okay. It's not, well, I guess destroying those anymore isn't going to do anything. Alright, so this is the main treasure. Let's see what's in here. Ooh, an orb. I don't think I can use it. What? I forgot. Oh, no, rune arm is what I can use in my offhand. Yes, of course. Nimble wrists. Resistance +1 mythic wrist boost. Mythic bonus to targets physical and magical resistance. Yeah, actually, that's a pretty good item in there. At least if you're a level 1, which, well, I guess I'm not level 1 anymore. Well, at least when I turn that in. Let's see. So, well, it's an improvement over nothing. That's what I gotta say about that. Now this...
The large rusty lock on this chest looks like it could be picked.
Alright, then let's pick it. And let's see what's in it. Ooh, impulsive gloves of healing amplification. 4 spell power. I don't think I use all that much 4 spell power. And healing. Strength enough, I think the strength gloves are better. Oh well. I guess that's it for that section. So we've managed to run into 2 Miststalkers so far. Not exactly greatly impressive ones, but it's a beginning. I think it's time for me to head back over to the keep and see what I can find over there. At the very least, I'll be turning in these 2 quests. Now I do have to decide, do I want to level up immediately? I mean, normally I would do so, but if the amount that you get...
Small, squalid cave entrances dot the ravine walls. These must be the Caves of Chaos, where the cultists and their monster allies have made their base.
Right. But if this is a case of your level affecting how much you get whenever you defeat a Miststalker, if that is the main decisive factor in what happens there, then I might not want to level up so as not to decrease it. So most likely I am going to stay at level 1 until I do the last of the quest. The last of the quest, Total Chaos. That's a level 2 quest, so I will likely do a level up over just before that one. But I think I will do no level up until then. That means, of course, I am going to be accumulating XP and all that stuff during the time. But we'll see. Now, there is the question of, should I, or is it, I should say, when the next episode is, because I am going to do some off-camera work, so I'll probably get myself all the way up to the point of doing the last instance. And I'll go and do the last instance for the next episode so that we can see how things operate at level 2. So until then, this is Piney as I take some lanterns of the pine.